All right, y'all, we're hooked up. We're ready to tow this beast of an RV. Wildwood Grand Lodge park model. Absolute monster. Got the new trailer hitch for this, new weight distribution just for this. Towing the beast from the snow to Florida. That's where we're going. Did the lugs, got our plates on, hooked up, ready to roll. Next stop, Kentucky. All right, y'all, so I'm on my way to deliver this park unit, Forest River, from Goshen to Titusville. And I'm beautiful spot here. North of Macon off I-75 at a rest area. Gonna spend the night and deliver this tomorrow morning. However, before I was settling in, going to do my post-trip inspection. I'm going to show you what we found on our post-trip inspection here. So, checking out the tires here. There's the hub. That looks fine. That one looks fine. The cap is missing on this one. Also, see how close these tires are together? That's like 1.5 inches. This side's like 4 inches. That whole rear axle, you can see from this angle, is slanted. So this whole left rear axle is loose and sliding forward. When I touched this hub, it was red hot. Looking at the wear on the tires, it's all cupped and uneven compared to the other tires. And then when I look at the other side, the spacing is exactly the same. So that whole rear axle is slid forward about, when I measured underneath, I crawled underneath and measured, about 3 to 4 inches on the left side, and it's going sideways. So yeah, that's unsafe to proceed because the hub's hot, tires wearing, and I don't know how loose it is. As soon as these tires touch, that's only 1.5 inches apart right now. Game over. And it's sliding forward. So, do your post-trip inspection. Don't forget the post-trip inspection and the pre-trip inspection. So, when I fueled up this morning, checked the lugs, everything's fine, tires are fine. Hubs are all fine. This afternoon, not fine. So, I put in a call to dispatch, sent the information, sent photos, and now waiting here to see what the next step is. I don't know. You guys will find out when I find out. But it's gorgeous here, so I'm just gonna chill. I'm glad nothing happened on the road because if those two tires touched, going 65 miles an hour down the road, that would have been some ignition. So there are worse things than being broken down at a rest area when there's a beautiful sunset. I'll take it. I'll let you know what happens next. Something's gonna happen next because I ain't staying here forever. All right, y'all. Here's the update. I'm about 23 miles from a Camping World. So the plan is to limp to the Camping World and leave it there. That's not where it's supposed to be dropped off, but hopefully, oh Lord, hopefully hopefully I get there and there's no issues with this RV and this axle and this tire and this hub. So I'm just doing 55. I got 22 miles to go. I got 59 minutes left on my clock, and I got my rosary, and we were just going to hope that we get there with no events occurring. So that's where we're at. I just started this trek, and I will let you know if I get there in one piece, if the trailer gets there in one piece. We're gonna find out in 23 minutes. I'll talk to you then. All right, y'all. I'm just a couple hundred yards away from this Camping World. That's it, 15 miles an hour in. We made it. Praise the Lord. Praise this little rosary here. So 33 minutes left on my daily clock. The unit was delivered safely. I'm here safely. So I don't know what else to say. Just check up. Do your pre-trips.
In 1,000 feet, you will reach your destination.
Do
the
your
destination
pre-trips.
will be on your left.
Do your post-trips. Something happens, phone into to the dispatch. I got so much adrenaline pumping, I can barely think, but dispatch did great. They found a way, got me unloaded, everything's safe. So there you go, y'all. Live and learn. RV transport. Have a great day, y'all. All right, y'all. We're going to, this will be a wrap up for the previous clips, videos you've seen about the rear axle shifting on that unit. I got some things written down here so I don't forget anything. What you saw previously, I made it to the Camping World in Byron, Georgia, and everything worked out fine. They were great. Wasn't supposed to go there. The unit wasn't supposed to go to a Camping World, but I was close enough there to give it a shot to see if we could make that unit the last 20 miles to the Camping World. And they were very helpful. And I was very grateful to them that they got me in. They were staying late at the end of the day to get me in and taken care of. Something they've never seen, never heard of. So this is my 4th unit that I've pulled, but I've had lots of things happen apparently that don't happen that often, but here we go. Put a button on this video. Throughout what I'm talking about now, there may be some pauses where I'm going to put in some clips and photos where you can see what I might be talking about. So I'm not sophisticated. They'll just stop. You'll see something, and it's what I was talking about. So when I first got out of that unit, I was planning on, I had about 40 minutes left in my clock. And I'm like, well, I could make it maybe to the next rest stop. Let's see. But I'm like, nah, let's just call it. Let's call it early, get a spot, relax, and get ready for the next day. And so when I get out of the truck, I do my post-trip. The post-trip and the pre-trip are so crucial to this story and the way it worked out. If I wouldn't have done that post-trip, I wouldn't have noticed what was going on. Where the hubcaps blew off, where the axles were all out of whack, where the tire was worn, where the hub was scalding hot. I mean, it burnt my hand to touch that hub because when I got there, I went out and did a post-trip right then, like we're supposed to. If I waited, I'm like, at 30 minutes, it might not have been hot at all. I might not have thought there was an issue, but when it's scalding hot, you know that hub ain't gonna last very long. And then I didn't think it was safe. I didn't think it was safe. There's no way I can do anything. I can't fix this thing. So I call my dispatcher. And on previous videos, or I have it labeled usually. I'm leased on through Horizon Transport. It's no secret. That's who I'm working with. And a lot of people talk about Horizon where it's a big company, you know, whatever. They're not going to treat you right. Well, I call my dispatcher and tell her what's going on. Whatever I described to you guys was wrong with the unit. Shifting axle, hub's on fire, tire half worn out. And first words out of her mouth are you in a safe location? So I was surprised to hear that. and impressed to hear that was the first words. Am I in a safe location? Not as a unit, okay, whatever, just am I in a safe location? So I was in a rest area, so I was safe. And then I gave her the information, and she wanted lots of photos so she could figure out what to do. What would be the best course of action? So photos that you're gonna see popping up here are the photos I sent. Some of the photos. I took a lot of photos. I measured the axles from the rear leaf spring mount to where the axle was. On one side, that was 12 inches. On the other side, it was 8 inches. So those axles were 4 inches off, that rear axle. That it was basically going sideways and just wearing out. And so I started the pictures and then the waiting game. And I waited probably 20, 25 minutes and got a call back. And that was the decision to see if I could make it to the Camping World, which I did. I think I could make it. I was confident I could make it, going slow. So I pulled out, got to the Camping World, and that was a previous video that you saw. But the key things here on this video are that pre and post trip. Every time I stop, every time I start, maybe it's because I'm new and I don't know everything, but I'm like checking everything because I don't want there to be an issue. And I know my previous stop when I got fuel, it wasn't a post trip or pre-trip, but I did a full walk around and actually checked the lugs again. That's nothing I'm obsessed with, the lugs on these units, especially these big units. I mean, that was the 4th time I checked the lugs on this unit and they still were getting adjusted and turning. So these big units take a while to settle in. This was a big, heavy destination unit, park model. So it took a while to settle in. So that morning when I fueled up, those axles were fine. That hubcap was there. Everything was fine. Because I did a pre-trip, or after I fueled, it wasn't a pre-trip, I just checked it anyway. And I checked the lugs again. So when I checked the lugs, that hubcap was there and everything was fine. But not this afternoon. So I can't emphasize enough. Some people say, oh, the pre-trip and the post-trip, it wastes time, this and that. That pre-trip and post-trip saved someone's life that day. It was just a matter of time between those two rear axles. When you see, I could just stick my thumb in between. Those tires were so close that axle was shifting. Those two tires hit going 65 miles an hour under load on a unit like that, they're gone. And that unit's gone, and I might be gone, someone behind me might be gone. I-75 shut down for hours because there's a big 45-foot park model spewed all over the place. So those pre-trip and post-trips are no joke. They could save your life, someone else's life. I can't emphasize enough how important that little annoying thing is to do. It made all the difference in the world on how this story ended up. Now, does it suck that I didn't get to finish the run and, get my full pay, which is like an extra $1,000? Yeah. But I'm here making a video. I'm not in the hospital. And someone else isn't in the hospital. So that's just the way it goes. And that's kind of it sucks, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful I'm here. I'm grateful the way it turned out. Camping World was fantastic. My dispatcher was fantastic. Everyone was like, we're glad you're safe. For these mega companies, Horizon, the mega transport company, Camping World, the mega retailer of RVs, both stepped up in a big way to help a little rookie starting delivering RVs. They didn't have to do anything for me, but they all did. So I'm very appreciative, and do those pre-trips and post-trips. Check it all the time. It's going to make a difference. Until next time, have a great day, y'all.